Unbelievable victory for the Phoenix Suns, you guys. I just got to applaud them. I don't even know what to say, you guys. That was just such an incredible win for this Phoenix Suns team. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to go quarter by quarter. I got a lot of notes here. We're going to open it up to the chat, and we're going to talk about this Phoenix Suns at New York Knicks game. What a way for the Suns to win at Madison Square Garden in front of some super passionate Knicks fans, and just playing in Madison Square Garden is just completely different. I have a weird drink combination tonight, you guys. I got my last Miller High Life. I've had these for like a week or so, or maybe longer than that. And I got a Gatorade. Don't ask. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Don't look at me and judge me like that. I don't even know what to say, guys. Just an incredible game as the Phoenix Suns beat the New York Knicks 118 to 110. Now let's get this started off properly. Let's crack this open, and cheers to the Phoenix Suns. Hey there, guys. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek, and if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. That is right, you guys. The Phoenix Suns defeat the New York Knicks tonight 118 to 110. And quick little fact about my channel. My channel didn't really start off as a Phoenix Suns YouTube channel. I used to just film random vlogs and stupid videos when I was a lot younger. But one of the first Phoenix Suns videos that I ever did was against the New York Knicks. And I've kind of wanted to keep that tradition live throughout the years, and make Suns and Knicks, game recaps and videos and all that. And I think I did a live stream last year too, when the Suns were playing the Knicks. And I've kind of wanted to keep that tradition alive. And with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for being here. We got about 22 people in here. Make sure to Hulk smash the like button. Excuse me, I got a burp. Excuse me. Make sure to Hulk smash the like button on this live stream. Thank you so much for everybody who is here. Shout out to my good YouTube friend, Romp 2.0. He does great basketball content over on his channel. He says, I am drunk. Yes, I'm drunk off beer and Gatorade. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Roy is in here, big time supporter of mine. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this Suns and Knicks game. The New York Knicks, they've been playing great. And you know what, guys? Basketball moves fast. And the New York Knicks are a playoff team. The Phoenix Suns are obviously a playoff team. The Knicks had won 9 in a row headed into this game. Julius Randle has been playing out of his mind during the Knicks winning streak. He's averaging like 30 a game. He's basically doing it all for the Knicks, even though they've had a lot of great contributors. By the way, let me know how my mic sounds. I can kind of hear it, but anyways. But yeah, the Knicks have been playing great. They're a good defensive team. They are a playoff team, and you guys can say what you want about him, but I love Tom Thibodeau. I think he's a great coach. I know Monty Williams has a lot of love and respect for him, which I'll talk about that a little bit later. But you guys, the first quarter of this game was a nightmare. Torrey Craig started, and he's been playing great as of late. But the New York Knicks, man, they took advantage of the Phoenix Suns' tired legs. They knew the Suns' situation. The Suns are arguably on their toughest part of the schedule. You know, they're on a really gauntlet of an Eastern Conference road trip. And the Knicks started off this game 15-5. They had such great energy really throughout the entire game, but especially in that first, quarter and just the first 5-10 minutes of the game. They were dominating us. I was like, man, this is just going to be one of those games where the Suns are just getting killed the whole time. And even if they go on a few runs here and there, they won't be able to catch up. And it was just insane how the Suns kept chipping away and climbing back into this game. Once again, if you guys are just joining me, my name is Suns Geek, and thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to go ahead and ask your questions in the chat. Leave your thoughts, comments below in the chat. Make sure to Hulk smash the like button. And if you guys want to, you totally don't have to. I totally understand. Donate to Suns Geek with Super Chat. ask a question when you do the donation. Any and all money of that will go back into this channel, and I really appreciate you guys. I just appreciate you guys watching. If you guys really want to help me, to be honest, just destroy that like button. Just Hulk smash the like button, you guys, and I would really, really appreciate that. And on that note, cheers to you guys for being here. All right, so continuing with the first quarter, like I said, you guys, I'm just going to kind of break this down quarter by quarter. This is kind of what I do in my post-game recaps, but it's more edited and, it's not live, obviously. But yeah, the Knicks were just hitting shots. The Suns they had no energy. The effort was bad. The defense was bad. The Suns looked like rookies out there in the first quarter and really kind of in the first half, even though they kept chipping away at that lead. The Suns just looked slow. You could tell that this road trip has taken its toll on this Suns team. The Knicks had 30 points by the 2-minute and 50-second mark of the first quarter. They were shooting 71%, which is absolutely insane. And again, give the New York Knicks credit. They've won 9 games in a row for a reason. Sure, they lost to us tonight, but they're still 9-1 out of their last 10 games. Excuse me. Every time I take a sip of that beer, I want to burp. But yeah, they're still 9-1 in their last 10 games, and they are a really good team. And right now, if the playoffs were to start today, the 2 teams, if I were in the East, that I wouldn't want to face, and this sounds crazy, the 3 teams really are the Sixers, Knicks, and the Wizards, because the Wizards are just playing out of their mind. They just lost to San Antonio, but they've been playing really good. And anytime you have Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal on your team, I think you're a good team. But yeah, let's keep talking about the game. The defense ramped up at the end of the first quarter. It was 36-29. Just the fact that the Suns kept cutting multiple leads. I think the Knicks had maybe 2 15-point leads throughout this game shows a lot. And again, the fact that they were down only by a few points at the end of the first quarter, it shows a lot about the Phoenix Suns defense. Devin Booker had 12 points at the end of the first quarter, 5 for 7. Really kind of in the first half, it was kind of the Devin Booker show. I mean, some players couldn't hit shots for their lives. Cam Johnson was horrific in the first half. He finally started hitting shots when it mattered. I want to give a lot of credit to Cam Payne, man. That guy had so much great energy. There was like few sequences, I think maybe in the second and the third quarter, where he was like doing all that he could to contain Julius Randle. It was crazy, man. He was playing great. He has great energy, and that guy plays like his job is on the line every single game. It was great to see. Huge shout out to Cam Payne. The Phoenix Suns closed the first quarter on a 14-6 run. Once again, the Knicks were shooting 70% from the field at the end of the first quarter. So let's fast forward to the second quarter here. The Knicks went on a fast 8-0 run. The Suns again were down 15, and I'll repeat this again. The fact that the Suns kept chipping away at these 15-point leads goes to show a lot. DeAndre Ayton, you guys know how I feel about DeAndre Ayton. He didn't really get going, I think, until maybe late in the third. I don't think his first points came until the 8-minute and 40-second mark. I'm not saying he was like terrible or like the worst player of the game, but he really didn't get going. He didn't really wake up. I want to say maybe it was in the third quarter. Someone shot the ball from the Knicks, and I swear to God, it was Devin Booker. He said, "Get up, Ayton," to like go up for the rebound. You know what I mean? It's like, and I get it. Sometimes you got to push your players like that. The Suns didn't really have a lot of energy until like the second half. And I get that they're tired. I get that DeAndre Ayton's, the biggest player on the court most games, but like, come on, man. He's been struggling, in my opinion. And it was like a week ago that he was nominated again for the player of the week. I mean, he has up and down games, and this is just the DeAndre. I don't know, you guys. You let me know what you thought of DeAndre Ayton tonight. Am I wrong? Am I just being a hater? Am I nitpicking? I don't know. You guys let me know. Game full of runs, you guys. The Suns went on an 11-2 run. They were drawing fouls. They were actually getting to the free throw line tonight, which was great, especially in that first half. There were a lot of sequences where, they'd be at the 3-point line and they would hit, I don't know if they would like hit the three, but they would get to the line because of an and one from getting fouled and all that. They cut back into the lead. I think Devin Booker had like 17 points in 13 minutes. Absolutely wild. Derrick Rose was huge, you guys. I'm going to go to the box score later because we're barely, we're 11 minutes in, and I'm kind of just taking it quarter by quarter. But Derrick Rose was huge, you guys. Before we continue, though, once again, you guys, make sure to Hulk smash the like button on the live stream. Let's open it up to the chat, and then I'll keep breaking down the quarters in the first half. Division says, I know this game was a dub, but these refs, jeez, yeah. I went on a big rant at the start of my Suns Nets post-game recap video, and I just said, look, the officiating league-wide is horrible. Even Tom Thibodeau was upset with certain calls. Devin Booker was pissed. Chris Paul got a technical foul. It's just bad. Shout out to Nathaniel, longtime supporter of mine. I appreciate you being here. Joshua, I see you in the comments. Thank you so much for your guys' support. Roy, shout out to you. Romp 2.0, fellow NBA YouTuber, content creator, Sixers fan. Romp's a big reason why I've kind of been tuned into the Sixers, and because they're really good, and Joel Embiid is an MVP candidate, hands down. So Joshua, hey guys, my name is Joshua, and if it has to deal with Suns Geek, I'm going to watch the video about it. That is a legendary comment. Shout out to you, Joshua. I'm going to screen cap that and share it with social media. You're awesome, Joshua. Metal Mike, I've been seeing you in the comments, man. I really appreciate you. On that note, yes, Timothy, I'm going to talk about Chris Paul at the end. I'm just kind of getting caught up on the chat here. Thank you guys so much to everybody who is here. Dwayne says that Torrey is a beast. Torrey Craig is fun to watch, man. He is so good. A burner account. Big shout out to a burner account. This guy is he's in a bunch of Suns live streams, and he just leaves hilarious comments like this. Hold up, Geek out of the basement confirmed. Yeah. I don't know. I just decided to go live by myself tonight. Again, I was saying this at the start of the stream that I have a weird history with talking about Suns and Knicks games on my channel, and I want to keep that tradition alive. So, all right, getting back to the game. Once again, you guys, campaign. I really felt like he carried us in that first half. It was just his energy. It was him being aggressive, him stopping Julius Randle. I'm serious, guys. Go back and watch that first half. Campaign did a great job on Julius Randle. And that reminds me too, you guys, in the first half, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe throughout the entire game, I felt like there were so many defensive breakdowns from the Suns, just times where guys were just like looking at each other, times where guys weren't where they were supposed to be. And that I keep going back to campaign because somehow Julius Randle ended up on campaign twice. And it's like, that shouldn't be the case. Campaign shouldn't be guarding Julius Randle. The energy was slow, a lot of defensive breakdowns. But again, you guys, I will say this like 50 more times. The Suns kept chipping away at this game. They kept chipping away at this lead, and somehow they won. This team is incredible, you guys. I could sit here and analyze each quarter and break down the numbers, but you guys, this team is good. This is a really good Phoenix Suns team. I need another sip of beer before we talk about the second half. So once again, you guys, let me know what you guys thought about Deandre Ayton. Let me know what you guys thought about the energy. Let me know what you guys thought about the defense. Shout out to my good friend Cody. He's in the chat. Let me pull up his comment here. Good friend Cody, long time friend of my brother and I. Shout out to Cody. He sent my brother and I an awesome holiday package during Christmas time. I made a whole video about it. It was great. Shout out to Cody. I appreciate your support, man. Roy says Javon Carter was clutch. That's the thing. So many things happened throughout this game. I know Javon Carter was hitting shots. So I'm gonna have to look at the box score. But yeah, you might be right. I mean, Monty Williams gave him the green light. He said, take those shots. He just said, keep shooting the ball. And it's been showing. That's why you've been seeing Javon Carter back in the rotation and hitting shots. So yeah, I agree with you, Roy. All right. So second half, once again, the Suns kept chipping back into the lead. At halftime, it was 63-56. Devin Booker had 20 points. He was 8 for 14. I'm not really talking about Devin Booker much, but it's just because this is just what Devin Booker does. He scores, he takes over, and he plays great. I mean, I did make a video, about his 6-game slump, but that's just because that's just what I do here on Suns Geek. I talk about the news. If it's video worthy, I'm gonna make a video about it. And I gave credit where credit is due. I said Devin Booker is going to snap out of this, and it looks like he has. He was great against the Nets, and he played great tonight in New York. That's where Devin Booker wants to thrive, is in New York. And I'll even say honorable mention in Brooklyn. They have 3 of the biggest stars in the league on their team. So shout out to Devin Booker. He's been playing great. Cameron Payne at halftime, 11 points, 3 assists, 4 for 5. Trying his best against Julius Randle. Chris Paul at halftime only had 8 points and 3 assists. And it really, for Chris Paul, it was just the end of the game, which I'll get to. He was just incredible. He showed why he was a Hall of Famer, hitting those incredible circus shots. I mean, he likes to shoot tough shots over taller defenders, but he was just insane. Something just like, I don't know if a player said something to him and he just like got possessed and took over. It was incredible, you guys. Chris Paul was just amazing. Reggie Bullock at halftime, 12 points, 4 for 4 from the field. I think he had like 3 threes. He cooled down, but he was killing us in the first half. And in the first half, you guys, the New York Knicks bench had 28 out of the 63 New York Knicks points. And let me repeat that the Suns gave up 63 points in 2 quarters. They were shooting 60% at halftime. I think the Suns did a really good job on Julius Randle. Let me know how you guys thought they did on him in the second half of the game, because he had like 10 points in the third quarter. But they were doing good. They were double teaming him. They were making life hard on him. They kind of shut him down really in the first half. So let me know. Huge third quarter. Let me double check. I think the Suns had 30 points. Yeah, they had 31 points in that third quarter, and the Knicks only had 24. The third quarter is when everything just came alive, started clicking. The third quarter was when we kind of had hope that we were going to win this game. It was tied up at the end of the third quarter. Booker had 30 by the end of the third. Paul, 13, 4, and 4. I'm just making sure we are still live here. Okay. Shout out to everybody that is in here. I appreciate you guys. Chris Paul, I guess, kind of started coming alive too. He had 13, 4, and 4, 5 for 8 from the field. Mikal Bridges was huge in that third quarter, and really to close out the game. I know Mikal Bridges struggled against the Nets, if I'm correct, and he has a lot of games where he'll just be invisible for like the first half, maybe the first 3 quarters, and then he just comes alive. Like, we all know what he can do on defense, but sometimes on offense, he's just so invisible. You know what I mean? And but he really did come alive. So props to Mikal Bridges, hitting big shots, attacking, being aggressive. Just a huge game for Bridges, huge game for the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, Julius Randle really came alive. I think he had 10 points in the third quarter. And I was like, oh man, that's not, we awoke the beast. And it was just the wrong time to awake the Julius Randle beast. I'm going to talk about Julius Randle a little bit later. I got a lot of notes on him. Look, I'm not saying Julius Randle belongs in the MVP conversation, but he should be mentioned. You know what I mean? He's playing really good, and the Knicks are a good team. And but that's the thing. There's a lot of MVP candidates. I mean, Chris Paul deserves it. He deserves it more than Devin Booker. I'll tell you that much. No disrespect to D Book, but I'm just saying. Deandre Ayton woke up too. He was just aggressive in the second half. Like I said, let me know what you guys thought about DeAndre Ayton in the second half. I thought that he woke up. Bridges had 11 points when it mattered in the third quarter. Cam Johnson was huge, started hitting big time shots. I think he was like 0 for 7. And we've seen that before this season where he gets cold and then starts hitting shots when it matters. The Knicks couldn't get a stop. Players were just hitting shot after shot. Didn't matter how great of defense you played. And then Chris Paul was just absolutely incredible. Hitting those big time circus shots, hitting shots over big defenders. Something just possessed Chris Paul. And the Suns won. They closed it out. It wasn't the prettiest win. It wasn't the ugliest win. It was a win. They won. And I'm happy. So, excuse me. It just is what it is, guys. It was a great win. And it wasn't just a win over the New York Knicks. It was a win over arguably the hottest team in the league, ending a 9-game winning streak. And I think the Knicks should honestly pat themselves on the back. They played a great game against a great team. And it's not like they got obliterated. Like they seemed like they were going to blow us out in the first half. So props to the New York Knicks. Before I get to my other notes, we've been live for about over 20 minutes. I appreciate everybody that is in here. Thank you for wasting your time with me. I really appreciate you guys. Once again, make sure to Hulk smash the like button on this live stream. I would really appreciate it. Excuse me, guys. This beer's already getting to me. Yeah, make sure to Hulk smash the like button. We're just talking. I'm going to open it up to the chat real quick. Let's see here. We got some good questions here. I'm trying to get caught up here. Matthew is also a big time supporter of mine. I appreciate your support, Matthew. By the way, guys, I see every comment. I may not respond to every single comment, but I do see the support. And it really, like, just the fact that you guys support me and you watch my content and you leave comments, it really means a lot. So Matthew says, we did a lot better at holding on to the basketball. Sorry, I can't read. We did a lot better at holding on to the basket. Yeah, we did. We kind of struggled with that throughout the game. Fourth quarter, we had some block shots, turning it into turnovers. I was happy overall about the game. Exactly. Great summary. Shout out to Super Mario Hoops, who also has an NBA channel. So shout out to Super Mario Hoops. Good win for the Suns. I'm glad D Rose was killing it for the Knicks too. Yeah, JV says shout out to D Rose, man. He looked good. I mean, Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose. It's unfortunate that he, went down with all those injuries. He's obviously not the same player that he once was, but a fan favorite player. I mean, I don't think I've met one person that doesn't like Derrick Rose. Khaled says, so CP3 is going to be a free agent this season. Got to re-sign him. Okay. Let me talk about that. From what I know is he can opt out. And I did see all that stuff that went down. By the way, the whole CP3 Sixers rumors, that's been going on for years. And if you actually paid attention, Chris Paul he didn't choose Joel Embiid. How do I say this? How do I say this? Chris Paul wanted to come to Phoenix. It's not like he chose DeAndre Ayton over Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? But yeah, as far as I know, technically he's a free agent, but I don't think he's going anywhere. Why would he? It just would make zero sense, in my opinion. I just don't see it. So thank you, Khaled, for the question. The only way I would see that happening is if there was just an epic Suns collapse, especially with chemistry, because this team, you guys, it's not just an on-court chemistry thing. It is a off-the-court chemistry thing. And again, Chris Paul wanted to come to Phoenix mainly because of Devin Booker. Same thing with Jay Crowder. Oh, yeah, and by the way, you guys, we won this game tonight without Jay Crowder and Dario Saric, so there's that. But, yeah, so that's my whole take on the whole Chris Paul free agency thing. Sure, he might opt out, maybe to re-sign a new deal or something like that. He might sniff free agency, but he even went on record and said, I'm not even thinking about this. I don't know, you guys. He's not going anywhere. Just don't believe everything you read on the internet, okay? Especially Twitter. That's all I'm saying. A burner account says the Knicks didn't want State Farm insurance, so CP3 got angry. Shout out to Abraham. Suns Geek, do you think Cam Payne or Cam Johnson should have started instead Torrey Craig? I was surprised with the Torrey Craig start. Great question, Abraham. I appreciate that. Monty Williams is the kind of coach who will start certain players due to matchups. And I think Torrey Craig deserves to be starting. Maybe he was just experimenting. I mean, again, no Jay Crowder, no Dario Saric. Cam Johnson hasn't had the best record as a starter. That's why we saw Frank Kaminsky, because we need help. I mean, in that Brooklyn Nets game, it was like the starters and Torrey Craig versus the Brooklyn Nets and the NBA referees. So you guys tell me. I think he deserves it. Monty Williams rewards players who work hard in practice, which I know Torrey Craig does, although there hasn't really been that much practice time this year. Roy says, what do you think of Bridges? Man, I mean, he showed up when it mattered, and that's all that matters. And we all know what he can do on defense. So shout out to that. Yeah. Sports Chop says containing Randall was the difference. Yeah, I thought we did a really good job on Julius Randle. Okay. Just getting caught up here. JV says Cam Payne is the best forward in the league. Exactly. Cam Payne, the Julius Randle stopper? I don't know. All right. Let's go ahead, dive into the box scores real quick. This was despite both teams having really good defense, this was a high shooting percentage game. Let me take a sip of my beer real quick. Thank you to everybody who's in here, by the way. I kind of have to just accept the fact that no matter how great of defense you have, players are just going to hit tough shots, especially in a COVID year when guys have had time to work on their shots, when the league is just full of offense, full of three-point shooting. And, you know, as much as I criticize and question the Suns defense, that's just kind of how it is. Guys just hit tough shots. 54% shooting from the Phoenix Suns, 51% from the Knicks. Both teams shot 41% from the field. The Suns, again, they got to the free throw line tonight. I think that was a big difference too. Excuse me. The Suns got to the free throw line 14 times, and they only missed 3 of them for 82%. Whoa. I'm so sorry. You guys forgive me. I'm sorry about that. The Suns won the rebounding battle, and the Knicks are a really good rebounding team. I think when they win the rebounding battle, they have like a really good record. I think I read that somewhere. So shout out to the New York Knicks for that. Rebounding is so important, you guys. I've said it so many times. I'm like, if the Suns were a better rebounding team, I think they'd be a better team, but they're really embracing that small ball play as of late. All right, let's keep going. I'm just kind of reading the box score, and then I think we'll open up to the chat, and then we'll probably get out of here. 52 points in the paint for the Knicks. I think it showed, but the Knicks did have 19 fouls. I think someone in the chat mentioned that earlier, was that, you know, we were forcing turnovers. We were getting to the free throw line. We cut back into the lead. Eventually we had a 9-point lead, which is crazy. Not the best game from Torrey Craig, who had arguably his best game against the Nets. I think he had like 20 and 14 against the Nets. Tonight he only had 3 points. Mikal Bridges, 21 points tonight. Deandre Ayton, 13 boards, 9 points. Not the best showing at all. Chris Paul turned it up when it mattered. He only finished with 6 assists, but it was just hitting those clutch shots and taking over when it mattered. And Chris Paul was just, I don't talk about Chris Paul enough on this channel, but it's like, what is there to say? Like, we all know how great Chris Paul is. He's a franchise-changing point guard no matter what team he goes to. Chris Paul, man, just absolutely incredible. Devin Booker, 33 points. Let me double check something. Did Booker have 30 at halftime? Did I read that right? Yeah. Okay, so Booker had 30 at halftime. He finished the game with 33, but I'll forgive that because, again, Mikal Bridges started hitting shots. Cam Johnson started hitting shots. Chris Paul started hitting shots when it mattered. So Booker probably could have finished this game with 40. You know what I mean? I don't know if we would have won, but shout out to D Book. Roy says, "Did you see that D Book dunk I did when he crossed Reggie Bullock up? It looked like a Reggie Bullock revenge game for the first. I don't even know what I'm talking about. DA equals defense. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton. He just kind of is what he is, and he's a good defender. I don't know if I don't know what the Suns would look like without DeAndre Ayton in his defense. I will say that. As much as I criticize DeAndre Ayton, I don't know what they would look like without him. PhD is Sunsology, says Matthew. Yes, that's why I am Suns Geek. Fun fact, Cam Johnson has hit 93. Sorry. Fun fact, Cameron Johnson has a 93-point rating in 2K20. I did not know that. Okay, going back to the box score here, you guys. Let's talk about the New York Knicks. Once again, I thought Cam Payne and Cam Johnson had a really good game. We only played 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in this game. We only played 9 guys in this game, you guys. The New York Knicks, Julius Randle wasn't himself tonight. I mean, 18 points, 6 boards. Reggie Bullock cooled down after halftime. He finished with 17. RJ Barrett, I thought RJ Barrett, despite Booker putting up 30 on him, 33, I thought he tried his best. I mean, this is a guy that, you know, he has a lot to live up to, especially playing in New York, but I think he's ready for the challenge. He's a good player. I like RJ Barrett. 22 points for D Rose in 33 minutes. He was 10 for 18 from the field, attacking, getting the free throw line. And Emmanuel Quickly, I mean, he's a good player. He's a good rookie. You got to give props to the Knicks. They're building a nice young core. And like I said, I was kind of taking some notes before this game. And like I said, you guys, I mean, the Knicks are 9-1 out of the last 10 games. They are a playoff team. Their offense is just overwhelming at times. We saw that in the first half. I think they averaged 118 points per 100 possessions during this winning streak they did. Julius Randle, like I said, he averages 30 points. And during this streak, he's averaged 30, 10, nearly 5 assists, kind of 4.7 on 57% shooting. He's a good 3-point shooter at times. And they're just getting support throughout their entire team. So shout out to the New York Knicks. I cannot give them enough credit. I also saw a weird fact. I think it was from Tommy Beer, but I think Statmoose like retweeted it. Julius Randle has more points than Devin Booker and Kawhi Leonard, has more rebounds than Joel Embiid and Giannis. That's insane. And has more assists than Steph Curry and Ben Simmons. And he has more threes than Bradley Beal and Trae Young. I didn't come up with that. That's apparently the facts. And I know it's not all about the numbers, but that's insane, you guys. Julius Randle has arrived. I mean, he was an all-star, and he's just having an incredible season. So honestly, guys, that's it. I'm going to open it up to the chat, and then we'll probably call it a day. Super Mario Hoops, going back to our Chris Paul discussion. CP3 has like 40 million, has a 40 million player option. So I doubt he would turn that down. He isn't going to get anything more, and he would have no reason to leave. Exactly. He would have no reason to leave, in my opinion. I mean, you don't just come to a team for one of the rising stars in the league in Devin Booker, and, you know, all the other relationships he has, like with Monty Williams and so many other players on this team. And you don't have the kind of season that the Suns are having and just say, I'm done. Like, this isn't the OKC Thunder situation. And again, the Thunder had a great season last year. I give them all the credit in the world. And I think the Thunder surprisingly have a bright future. You know, they have a lot of young talent on their team, and they have a bunch of draft picks and draft assets, but the OKC Thunder situation with Chris Paul is a lot different than the Suns situation with Chris Paul. So shout out to Super Mario Hoops. Once again, for NBA YouTuber as well. Shout out to him. I got to get you on the channel sometime. I know that we were trying to work that out, but schedules, real life comes first. So shout out to Super Mario Hoops, who also says Clips are about to lose tonight. So that puts less pressure on Phoenix for Wednesday. Thank you for reminding me. I did want to look at the schedule before we get out of here. Tired of DA getting disrespected. Homie puts up 15 and 12 every game and still gets called a bust 3 years in. Okay. I understand where you're coming from. And I understand if a lot of you look at me like I'm a Deandre Ayton hater because I made that video. First off, every YouTuber's got to have a controversial video, and I think that that's mine. But I'm going to leave your comment up, Quentin. Let me take a sip of my beer real quick. In my opinion, Deandre Ayton should be able to put up 15 and 12 every single game. He should be able to do that in his sleep. Does he do it? No. Does he go into games where he just doesn't look engaged? Yes. Now, some people can flip that and say, oh, well, those games don't really matter. Well, you're playing with Chris Paul. You're going to the playoffs for the first time in 10 years, Phoenix Suns. Deandre Ayton should be turned up every single game, in my opinion. Maybe I have high expectations for him because he was the number 1 overall pick. And again, it's nothing personal with Deandre Ayton. I've met Deandre Ayton like twice. He's a nice guy. I know he's a big family guy too. He just had a baby. He's close with his family. Shout out to Deandre Ayton. I love him. I mean, he's on my wall. Like, I wouldn't have him on my wall if I didn't care about him. And he's not a bust. Who called him a bust? Forget what you see on Suns Twitter. I don't know. That's my Deandre Ayton rant. Excuse me. Abraham says, I can't talk. Abraham says Suns Geek should replace Monty Williams and start coaching the Suns. I love Monty Williams, and so does Tom Thibodeau. There was like a story that was on the broadcast that was like Tom Thibodeau and Monty Williams bonded during like the 2014 World Cup and the 2016 Olympics or something like that, and they like stayed up till 3 a.m. watching film, and they're both competitive guys, but they both like love each other, and they're just like really good friends. And I was at Summer League, I want to say maybe in 2018 or 19, and I saw Tom Thibodeau, and I mean, I was like really close to him, and I said hi to him, and he said hi back. So he's a nice guy. Everyone sees that DA can do a whole lot more. He always leaves you wanting more. His good, I can't read the end of that. Thank you, The Sting, but you absolutely summed up my thoughts. I agree with you. Oh, here's the rest of your comment. Okay. So everyone sees that DA could dominate except him. He always leaves you wanting more. His amazing ability to purposely avoid contact is frustrating. He has good games that are just okay when they should be great. Exactly. There was one move that Deandre Ayton's done a few times where he like had an open way to the rim and he spun around, he threw it down with one hand. I'm like, that's what you should be doing every game, Deandre Ayton. I know that he's not like the most athletic center, but use that athleticism that you do have to take over. You know what I mean? Isn't Campaign's contract finishing next season? We should re-sign him. I don't know how much we should re-sign him to, but yes, we should re-sign Campaign. Shout out to Hitman X. Hitman X, he also talks about the Suns on his channel, does little post-game recaps like I do. So shout out to Hitman X. Big time win for the Suns. I heard that Monty Williams chewed them out after the Brooklyn loss. So this was a great response. Exactly. And you know Monty Williams chewed them up at halftime. I mean, man, I would have been like, I would have just showed them the score and just been like, you guys figure it out, because at the first half, it seemed like the Suns really didn't want to play, especially in the first like opening quarter. In the first quarter, it was horrific. That was a bad quarter for the Suns. The Suns do that a lot too. They just start off the game so slow. So does Devin Booker at times. It's annoying. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at the schedule. Once again, thank you for everybody that is in here. We got about 24 people, and we've been live for about 40 minutes. I knew it. Geek is behind the NBA, and Adam Silver is his puppet. I don't know what you're talking about, Burner. By the way, you guys, quit picking on Adam Silver for all the injuries It's not his fault. And I'm serious. Don't do that. Like, just stop. You can't do anything about injuries, guys. It just is what it is. Sorry, that's a little bit of a rant. Okay, I can't find the Suns schedule. Okay, here it is. Okay, so we're going to look at the schedule. Then we'll close it out. And by the way, you guys, just be thankful that we have basketball going on in a COVID year, and that just be thankful that like the Suns are really good. The Knicks are really good. There's like random teams here and there, like the Wizards that go on big winning streaks, and just be thankful, you guys. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. That's my tidbit rant. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the schedule. We verse the Clippers on Wednesday. So we fly back home. Thank God. And then we verse the Clippers. Tough matchup every single time. I do not want to see that team in the playoffs. Then we have a day off. Then we verse the Jazz on the April 30th to close out April. Then we verse OKC Thunder. Cavs should probably win those two games. Then the Hawks, who have been playing really well. Then the Knicks again, and you know that they're going to come out for revenge in that game. Then we verse the Lakers. Hopefully LeBron's not playing in that game. I doubt it. Then we verse the Warriors, Blazers, and the Spurs twice. The last two games, they're back-to-backs, Saturday, May 15th and Saturday, May 16th. So tough schedule to finish it out. I've heard some chatter that is like, when should the Suns start like resting guys? I honestly don't know, because this team just loves to compete. They just love to play. I mean, it's hard to. Are we still live? What's going on here? Sorry, the chat's moving slow. It's not catching up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when we're going to rest players. I don't know what the rest of the season's going to look like, but I do know that how many games have we won now? 42? 43 games. We've won 43 games, and that is a significant jump from the last few seasons. You know, we won 30-something games last year, which is great. You know, we had the amazing bubble run, but we've won 43 games, you guys. And I think I saw something that was like, even if the Suns lost every single game for the rest of the season, they would still make like the play-in tournament. I don't think we'd fall that far, but like, you get the point. The Suns are going to the playoffs. Cheers to the Phoenix Suns. Alrighty, you guys. So a burner, shout out to a burner, man. I'm serious. Like, we see you in the chat, burner, and you're always hilarious. And we really do appreciate it. By we, I mean like the Valley Podcast and Suns Jam, and you're just a funny guy. He says, real question: Sticks, aka Jalen Smith, or Dragan Bender? Man, I own Dragan Bender jerseys. I haven't heard from Dragan Bender in years. He's probably playing overseas and not playing well, but it's all about Dragan Bender, man. Get this guy back on the team. I'd love to see Marquise Chris on this team. I'd love to see Dragan Bender on this team, just to see how they would like perform. You know what I mean? So that's it. Okay. Oh wow. So Roy says Timberwolves beat Utah. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's look at the standings, and then we will call. Okay. So I know that all the games are not done yet, but as of right now, April 26th, the Suns have won 43 games. The Jazz just lost, so they're 44-16. They have a couple more less losses than we do, but we're close. They clinched the playoffs, by the way. So I think our next win, wouldn't we clinch the playoffs? Probably. Clippers 43-20, Nuggets 39-21. The Lakers are 35. Oh my God. The Lakers are 36-25. The Mavericks they seem like they've been playing better. 33-26. They're 5-5 out of their last 10. The Blazers have lost 5 in a row. What is going on? I don't know. And then you got, the Grizzlies. Excuse me. You got the Grizzlies that they're fighting for their playoff lives. The Spurs, the Warriors. That's probably it right there. I mean, those 10 teams, especially with the play-in stuff, that's probably it. I don't think the Pelicans can catch up. And that's it. I mean, the Kings are bad. Thunder have lost 14 in a row. Jesus. If we lose to them, Timberwolves are out and the Rockets are out. So, and then the Eastern Conference, you guys, I mean, the Nets, Sixers, Bucks, Knicks, Hawks, Celtics. And then, the Heat are a pretty good team. The Hornets have had a good season. Maybe the Pacers can make some noise. And then the Wizards, I mean, they lost tonight, but they'd won like 7 in a row. So that's it. I really got nothing else to say. I appreciate all your guys' support. You guys are awesome. A burner account has the second greatest comment of the chat. The NBA's got to recognize Geek for his MVP single-handedly carried the Suns this season. I appreciate you, Burner. I love what I do here on Suns Geek, you guys, and I love you guys. I thank you guys for being here, for leaving nice comments and watching the videos. You guys are the real MVPs. I've been liking to say, especially as of late, that we are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. It's crazy. I mean, like I think I'm like 900 away from 5,000, which is crazy. And I get it. It's just 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, but it's an incredible feeling, you guys. And I cannot say thank you enough. By the way, my birthday is coming up in May. So if you guys want like a live stream that day, maybe we'll just like talk about whatever. I don't think the Suns play that day either. Maybe I'll just get drunk and we can just talk about anything and everything. I think that'd be fun. Let me know if you guys would want to see that. If you guys are watching after the stream, leave a comment if you guys would like to see that. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing that night. I don't really like to plan ahead. That's why, like with this live stream, I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it like the day of, because I kind of take my schedule like hour by hour. So yeah, that's it, guys. I got nothing else to say. Been live for 47 minutes. We've had about 20 people throughout the entire time. And I appreciate you guys. I mean, I remember I used to do these live streams, guys, and I'd have like 5 people watching me. So thank you guys so much. That's it. Cheers to you guys. You guys are all awesome. I'm going to go eat some junk food because I'm a horrible eater and sugar runs my life. And I'm going to probably watch a movie. And that's it. So, by the way, I've been on an Avengers marathon. I watched a bunch of Avengers movies. I love the Avengers. And I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Brandon, aka Suns Geek. And if it has to deal with the Phoenix Suns, I'm going to make a video about it. Make sure to Hulk smash the like button, you guys. I'm going to keep trying to do as many post-game recaps as I can. Talk about any and all Phoenix Suns news that I can. And you guys are just awesome. Hulk smash the like button. I love you guys. And take care of yourselves, guys. Stay safe out there. Be nice to people. Love people. God bless you guys. Peace.